there's too many white people in my student cultural center. White people just need to leave me alone. They won't quit chasing me, man. They're the biggest threat in the world is a white man. I recently saw a video from Cincinnati where a whole bunch of gorillas broke out of the zoo and attacked people on the street. They came from all around these people and just smashed on them, beating on them. People fell down, and all the monkeys started jumping up and down on the dudes in this woman's head, and caused a lot of damage. It's kind of amazing that they didn't absolutely take these people out. Now, that's not a real story because it wasn't actual monkeys that carried this out. But if it was a real story, it would probably be a little less shocking when you learn that, in fact, it is a group of just lawless niggas that did this. This is a real thing, and I don't really care what anyone says, how you slice this up. There's not a situation, no matter, especially words. If somebody said the magic word, there's no reason for what has been witnessed, what is becoming ever more prevalent in our society. I knew that this was coming when all of the St. Floyd stuff started jumping off. I made a couple of videos, many of them suppressed on this platform. But in that moment, there was a real opportunity for Black America to make some meaningful changes in the way things were in the country. But because a real great part of that population is borderline functional retards, just outright stupid people, they took that as a green light to commit crimes, and they get away with it. They don't get punished for these things. And this liberal DA and judge situation that has proliferated many of the places where this stuff takes place, these people, for right now, they've got a green light to do whatever they want. And it is culminated to the point where you've got mobs of people, men and women, which is one of the even more disturbing facts of this. There were women with night attire on, which means they probably had dress shoes on, heels on, stomping these men, this one man in particular, in his head. I saw this man throw no punches. The only posture that I saw was him think about doing some leg sweeps to take people down. There were a couple of stupid bobblehead Shaniquas that tried to run up and get a cheap shot on him, and he leg swept a couple of those women, and they had to get dragged out by their wigs. But the dudes that were partaking in this whole fiasco, they're disgusting cowards. Because if you got a problem with a man, if you feel like you got to throw hands with him because he said something to you, then you square up from the shoulders, man. You go one-on-one with that man, and you get a fair one. You don't run up behind him and do this coward shit, which is so prevalent in this society. And you don't stomp a man out when he's down. Everything that I saw in that video made my stomach turn. It made me sick. And then to hear all the self-righteous niggas get online talking about how these people deserve whatever they got, it just, the narrative has gotten tired. There is a prevalent movement right now across the country of people of all colors of this black fatigue, and this is a real part of the problem. This is a glaring sore that community just doesn't care about. When it's black on black crime, it's don't snitch, don't tell, keep it real, make some t-shirts, have mama on there crying, talking about how her baby was innocent, stand up for these criminals and all this shit. And when it's a flip side, when it's blacks doing what they did in Cincinnati, then all of a sudden it's justified. Let that scenario reverse. Let a gang of white dudes do that to some black folks walking down the street. Let that just be reversed, and this country would be on fire. We would have martial law right now, because the monkeys would lose their mind. How dare they put their hands on one of? It's our job to kill them, not yours. You know, this whole black exploitation that's happened, this victimhood using racism as a weapon, it has gotten to the point, and I made a mention about this before, as the St. Floyd riots were burning down the country. There was going to reach a point where the people that these folks continuously lash out at, that they're continuously trying to beat down, there's going to be ramifications that these same whiny ass crybabies, they weren't going to like. Right now, the first step of that is this return to the land community, where a group of smart conservative white folks have decided to invest in a plot of land and exclude all niggerosity from this community. And the people that have spent the last decade or so whining about white folks, and there's too many white people in my student cultural center, oh, white people just need to leave me alone, they won't quit chasing me, man, they're the biggest threat in the world is the white man. Now the white man has heard that, just like men have heard women whining about how horrible they are. They want to make their own community, and now you got the same liberal, whiny, crybaby, piece of shit losers whining about these people returning to segregation and Jim Crow returning. You asked for this. You asked for everything that's happening, and what you asked for even more so, what you asked for by supporting and celebrating these losers who do stuff like these monkeys did in Cincinnati. When these white Americans, when these patriots have had their fill of this monkey shit and they decide to retaliate, you need to hold that same energy. You need to hold that same belief that these people had the right to defend themselves. They got what they deserve. You need to say the same stupid shit that you say with this Carmelo situation, that you say with this incident, this Cincinnati incident. You need to keep that same goofy attitude, that same goofy, ignorant, stupid, retarded spirit when the white folks in this country get tired of this shit and start giving you back exactly what you feel so justified and righteous and dishing out to them. What I saw in that video made me sick. And it didn't make me sick because, because I stand for the white man. I'm a zebra, man. I don't stand on any side of anything other than the side of God, the side of right, doing to other people the way that I would want them to do unto me. And what we have allowed, what we have almost propped up and celebrated is a bunch of monkeys acting like animals in our streets, and we're supposed to just sit back and take it. What is going on, what has been celebrated as black culture is sick. And Americans, good people of all colors, have grown sick and tired of this monkey shit. And believing that you can sit there and just dance on somebody's head because of something they said, or because of some sort of insult or disrespect that didn't pertain them putting their hands on you, makes you a group of cowards. But even more so are the people who broke out their phones. That monkey that was basically narrating, getting him again. That monkey shit, all of those people, especially the people that are holding the cameras and celebrating that, all cowards, and all a horrible representation of a group that stands back and allows that, stands back and celebrates that when the shoe is on one foot. But I say to you, when the shoe gets on the other foot, when the bow breaks and the cradle falls, and these white folks get tired of you beating them up, beating up their kids, stabbing up their kids, doing whatever it is you feel like you're justified doing, when they decide to stand up and fight back, keep that energy, keep that same energy. Them folks that are building that community are doing nothing wrong. They're trying to get away from this monkey shit, this degradation, this destruction of our society, destruction of our country. And you've got black communities doing the same thing, and the retards are celebrating now. Oh yeah, boy, keep them out of here, keep them out of here. But you're mad when they want to keep you out of there. This whole civil right bullshit bootlicking mentality is what's destroying this country, is causing this cultural divide. And being a zebra, if I had to pick a side, if it was a pick a side situation, I damn sure would not be fighting on the side of the monkeys that think that it's all right to do that to people. Just keep that same energy when it comes back to you, because it is coming back. I promise. Out.